Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
I want to thank the listeners and viewers of Infowars. And on this Thanksgiving and this Black Friday that's coming up, we're going to extend free shipping store-wide to people specifically that have the promo code FREE.
Well, folks, in the last week, we have now seen 5 police officers get shot in the line of duty, multiple fatally. The most recent in Detroit. Cops fear copycat attacks across the U.S. after a 5th officer is shot in 3 days. Colin Rose, 29, was shot just a few blocks from Wayne State University at about 6:45 p.m. on Tuesday after D'Angelo Davis, the suspect of person of interest in the shooting, has been taken into custody. So again, the attacks on police are stepping up. Regardless of where you feel on this issue, that is a fact. This is an illustration of the divide of this country and the fomenting of a civil war, whether it be between black and white people, cops and citizens. This is what the establishment wants, to divide us so that it can conquer us. And again, I say, you know, why there could be a Blue Lives Matter protest going on right now. We don't see those happening. But it's reaching a point now, and I don't see the mainstream media or the Obama administration batting an eye at any of these police shootings. I mean, it's really shocking, folks. Whenever a cop shoots a civilian, especially if that civilian is black, they make a huge deal out of it. Whether it's justified or not, you can have that debate. We let the justice system work that out. That is an issue to many people. But we don't get near the coverage when it's a police officer, and especially in the instance where they say guns are the problem. We need to stop guns. That's the fault of all these shootings. Well, I don't see any legislation being passed on guns when police are shot. So that's an interesting dynamic there. Now, another more illustration of the divide in this country. A man in Queens has been cut for trying to push somebody onto the Harlem tracks, and he allegedly yelled, "I hate white people," before he tried to shove this man onto the tracks. And again, if you put this in the opposite spectrum and it was a white man who said, "I hate black people," and pushed him onto a train, it would be the biggest story on CNN tonight. I would be shocked if CNN even mentions that story. Pair charged in explosive device at elementary school plan to shoot cops and start a race war. A convicted felon who claims he wanted to shoot cops is behind bars in connection with the explosive device planted outside of a Trussville elementary school. Man, I promise, though, at the end of this segment, I will have some good news. But apparently, these two wanted to start a race war. I pray to God. And we're already, look, you know what? Sane people are over the whole race thing, okay? Sane people don't look at the other person and judge them based on their skin, okay? It just doesn't happen. And unfortunately, there is a fringe element of our society that is still racist, and you will probably never be able to do anything about these people. But fomenting these tensions is not helping. And that, to me, is what the mainstream media and even the Obama administration has done. And I think we're seeing the fruits of some of those efforts, if you will. Now, moving on, Facebook is trying to create censorship. We know about this. This has been big stories with fake news. But now, in order to get back into the Chinese market, Facebook is going to go ahead and cater to the Chinese style of censorship. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook's chief executive, has cultivated a relationship with Chinese leaders and is now going to work with them to, censor his Facebook however it is the Chinese want. And of course, we know now, and of course, Alex Jones has been saying this for a while, but now they are admitting it. They want Chinese-style censorship on the internet. Now, the handover of the internet happened here just over a month ago. We are yet really to see any big changes. I think that's because, there's not much that they can do or they want to tell us. But if this censorship starts to get brought in and the American people don't have a say, then it will be an issue. But this is Mark Zuckerberg now censoring Facebook in China in order to get back into the Chinese markets. And now, of course, you have Merkel, who is warning against fake news driving populist gains. So this is what they're going to do to stop the populist movement, folks. They want to stop the populist movement. See, you're not allowed to have a movement. We, the people of planet Earth, we, the populism movement, we're not allowed to have our movement. See, Obama says fake news is spurring the populist movement. Merkel says fake news is spurring the populist movement. So what are they going to do? Because they can't control your mind anymore. Their bought and paid for media failed. Their politicians and their propaganda failed. So what are they going to do? They're going to use Mark Zuckerberg and people of his ilk to censor the internet. And then they're going to have their government operatives come out and say, well, we need to stop fake news because I can't even believe she says that she's admitting it. Populism is rising. That's us. That's you. That's we, the people. That's civilians. That's citizens empowering themselves. So what are they going to do? They're just going to say anything that goes against the establishment's narrative, anything that is populism taking over corruption. They're just going to say it's fake, and they're going to try to squander it, and they're even going to admit it. Merkel warns against fake news driving populist gains. So that's right, folks. Any real movement of we the people, any grassroots organic movement, it's just fake. It's just fake. We need to squander it because it's fake. It's like them trying to tell you that we got this election wrong because we were given misinformation. No, the exact opposite happened. Your misinformation failed. We got this election right. Get over it. Now, of course, they're going to try to spin this somehow. Here's a story out of the LA Times. GQ and other lifestyle magazines grapple with flubbed Trump coverage. Ha! So we're going to talk about lifestyle magazines. Now, there's the image. Let's face it, Donald Trump is about to lose. Wrong. We're talking about lifestyle magazines. Okay, so a lifestyle magazine gets the election wrong. That's okay, right? It's a lifestyle magazine. No big whoop. But how about the fact that every major television news network also got it wrong? Can you imagine the hysteria? Of course, we witnessed it on air. You've seen the video compilations. But what are they going to do, folks? Everybody knows they got it wrong. How are they going to recover? Fake news, fake news, fake news. That's how they're going to recover. They can't admit that they're the fake news. They can't admit that they failed and they got it wrong. They have to just say that, well, everybody else got it wrong because of fake news. Unbelievable that we're actually witnessing this. Now, Megyn Kelly has released a book. I'm not even going to say the title because I don't want to give it any publicity at all, but it's failing miserably. And because of its miserable failure, Amazon is now squashing Trump trolls' attacks on Megyn Kelly's book. How do you even know it's Trump trolls? How about it's just people that don't like her book or don't like her? But they just want to demonize Trump and his supporters any way they can. So they had to throw this one in there for the USA Today. But it's funny. This book is failing so miserably for Megyn Kelly. Of course it is, Megyn. Maybe if you weren't such a, you know what? I'm not going to waste time insulting Megyn Kelly. The fact is her book is failing. And here's what I think, to be honest with you, because now she's going around on all these major TV networks talking about her book, even going on CNN multiple times talking about her book. I think, and also, let's also remember that Hillary Clinton's book failed too. So Hillary Clinton's book was a miserable failure. Megyn Kelly's book, not as miserable as Hillary's, but still failing. And I think the truth is she's just really ticked off that Michael Savage trounced her book so badly without a tenth of the publicity that she got. So sorry, Megyn, you're losing and real journalism is winning. 9/11 mastermind Al-Qaeda favors immigration to defeat USA. Now, regardless of what you think about this headline, the lesson to be learned here is this. Are we going to have an open border or are we going to try to stop terrorism? If there is really this threat of terrorism, why is our border wide open, folks? This is common sense. This is standard logic. Why can't Americans face this down? Why is the border wide open, yet terrorist attacks are apparently a threat? We're get terrorists arrested in New York, but the border's wide open. And now Al-Qaeda admits, of course they favor the immigration program. Of course they favor the refugee program. That's how they get in here. The good news to close the news tonight, CDC says U.S. abortion rate falls to lowest level in decades. That's good news, folks. We don't need to make laws to make abortion illegal. Let's just make it the wrong thing to do in the hearts and minds of Americans. Make sure that you go to InfoWarsStore.com this weekend, folks. Black Friday specials are running right now. The best deals on your favorite products, Brainforce, Nascent Iodine, storable food. We've got it all at InfoWarsStore.com. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Owen Shroyer signing off for the Infowars Nightly News.
I want to thank the listeners and viewers of Infowars. We've changed the world. Even mainstream media admits that we're bigger than CNN, we're as big as Fox, we're bigger than the BBC, on Quantcast, you name it. I want to thank you all for your support. And on this Thanksgiving and this Black Friday that's coming up, we're going to extend free shipping store-wide to people specifically that have the promo code FREE. Some of the specials are as high as 50% on incredibly high-quality products like Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver. That's 50% off and free shipping. That is a loss leader at InfoWarsStore.com. Trump is My President shirt is about to sell out. It's limited edition. It is for sale at cost, $9.95, shipping included. All you have to do is put in promo code FREE at checkout to get free shipping on top of discounts up to 50% off store-wide at InfoWarsStore.com. You can also call toll-free 888-253-3139. But for myself, the Infowars family, and everybody else in this fight, I want to salute and thank all of you for your support. Whatever you do, keep spreading the articles, the videos to everybody you know. It is absolutely devastating the globalists because we're on the march and the frickin' empire is on the run.